What's up, YouTube? This is SSV Cloud, and just felt like I'd talk about iMPACT last night. Well, I missed the first half, actually, because I was at fencing, so if there's something amazing that happened in the first hour, which I doubt, because it's iMPACT, then I'm sorry. But here's what I did see. I came in near the beginning of the Motor City Machine Guns beer money match in the steel cage, which by the way was awesome, and even if I hadn't read the spoilers, I would have expected the machine guns to win, because, you know, you've never heard of a best of 5 series not going to the 5th match, have you? I haven't. I don't think you have. Anyway, so yeah, that match was good, set the expectations pretty high, and then, what happened next? What happened next? Oh yeah. There was the match between Kazarian and Rob Terry. And, oh god. Here's what I don't get about Rob Terry. He is huge. He's jacked up beyond all belief. I get that. But he has 3 years total of wrestling under his belt. And he just shouldn't be winning as much as he is with only 3. And most of the time he's been wrestling, he's been a bodyguard, so he doesn't even really wrestle that much. And he should not be winning as often as he does, and he should not be destroying guys like Kazarian, who are like 18 times the wrestler he is at least. So yeah, and you know, and even the stupider part is that they're trying to build up Fortune as a legitimate stable, but no. Apparently not. Because next week I think Ric Flair has a street fight with Jay Lethal, which should be pretty fun, but AJ Styles is probably only going to be the television champion through shenaniganery. And that's what I hate that they've done to AJ Styles. They've taken probably the best wrestler in the world right now, according to Pro Wrestling Illustrated and a lot of the fans, and turned him into a complete and utter pussy. He can't wrestle at all. Well, I know that he can, but they're not letting it look like he can wrestle at all. And he always has to do something cheap to win. And I understand that. I understand, you know, the heels have to do something bad to win sometimes, but, you know, have them look strong, so that, you know, this whole Fortune group that's supposed to be the 4 horsemen of TNA, they look like legit contenders. You know what happened after that? Oh yeah, Matt Morgan comes out pretending he's Mr. Kenderson, as I like to call him, and that was actually really funny because he was kind of like overplaying all of his physical attributes. You know, like I'm 8 feet tall, I weigh over 481 pounds. And he was like doing the deep breathing thing that Mr. Kenderson does all the time, that into the microphone. And he had trouble getting the microphone to come down. And the only thing that would have made it funnier is if, you know, because Mr. Kenderson chews gum in all of his promos, and it's really obnoxious. The only thing that would have made it funnier is if Matt Morgan was just chewing on a giant wad of taffy, just. Mark Morgan, you know, and yeah, so then he's making fun of Mr. Kenderson, and then Mr. Kenderson comes out, and they start talking, and he punches Matt Morgan in the balls, and then Matt Morgan starts choking the crap out of him with the mic, and then Jeff Hardy comes out and he starts wailing on Matt Morgan, and good lord, Jeff Hardy does not look good. And then it gets surreal in one of the stupidest segments I've seen in a while. And I saw I invited the ECW guys, and that's why they decided to come in and just jump over the railing and start beating the crap out of everyone, and then say, it's not an invasion. By the way, I'm not a fan of the ECW angle at all. The only thing that's good about it is that some of the ECW guys like Rhino and Stevie Richards, who are the only guys who are in even, you know, remotely good shape anyone might get a chance to be at a pay-per-view again. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the really weird segment was that a couple of TNA security guys came out, and first they just shove off Mr. Kenderson and Meth Hardy, and then they just start beating the crap out of him. And then Al Snow and D'Lo Brown and Simon Diamond, or whatever his name is, they all come out and start trying, and they beat up the security, and then Meth Hardy and Mr. Anderson go backstage, and you can really tell how hopelessly drugged out Jeff Hardy is at this point, and why TNA is so blatantly a company with no wellness policy. I mean, you can tell that just from looking at Scott Steiner and Rob Terry. They don't even know what the hell a wellness policy is. But just looking at Meth Hardy, I mean, he doesn't make any expressions anymore. Mr. Anderson is more animated than him. Do you remember when he'd come out sometimes in his first run on TNA? He'd be walking on all fours. He'd be dancing. He'd be lip syncing the lyrics to his song that he made by himself that were playing over the loudspeakers and stuff. And he was cool. His face paint when he had it was cool. Now he looks like someone beat the crap out took the Joker and Sting and 1980s Sting and smashed all their faces together. They just smeared in the blood with all the other face paint. But yeah, Mr. Anderson was doing all the talking, and he challenged two security guards, who they did reveal had been on the independent scene wrestling for 10 years. They challenged them and Matt Morgan to a handicap match, which again was weird. And then they have the match, and Mr. Kenderson and Meth Hardy come out, and again, Mr. Anderson's the one doing all the movement. And it's a really bad sign when two of your security guys are in better shape than two of your top draws. Because these security guys, Murphy and what's-his-face, they were really cut up. I mean, they looked in phenomenal shape. And physically, at least, I mean, because, they wouldn't be allowed to wrestle very well against, again, two of your top draws. Which is kind of a smart idea, I guess, but I don't know. There was just something weird about it. Oh, jeez, I'm already coming to phone. 7:30. So yeah, Mr. Anderson and Mr. Kenderson and Meth Hardy beat the two security guards and Matt Morgan, because Matt Morgan bails on him at one point, saying this isn't my problem anymore. And I'll be damned if I'll lay even money that Mr. Kenderson injured one of those guys already. So their careers aren't off to a good start. And then Eric Bischoff's major announcement. TNA loves to have a major announcement, I noticed. But Eric Bischoff's major announcement is that the Thursday after Hardcore Justice, you're gonna see a bunch of pay-per-view quality matches for free. And then Abyss comes out in the middle of Eric Bischoff's rant with Janice, and like the Spoonie one, I have a problem with Abyss coming out with what is essentially a murder weapon. There's no other way to describe what that is. It's an implement of death when you look at this Janice thing. And Abyss comes out and he tells Eric Bischoff to make RVD and RVD have a ladder match with Janice hanging up there, or he's going to beat Eric Bischoff to death with the thing. And Eric Bischoff agrees. And then RVD comes out and they start beating up on each other. And then Tommy Dreamer comes out for his match with Abyss, and they're beating the crap out of each other. And then in the end, Abyss choke slams Tommy Dreamer onto the barbed wire cardboard, I guess. By the way, I've lost all respect for Tommy Dreamer. And he looks like he's going to just start beating the hell out of Tommy Dreamer even more. But then Raven comes out, and his music's probably one of the few songs in TNA that I like. But Raven comes out and he's got a steel chair. You think he's going to beat up Abyss, but no. He beats up Tommy Dreamer. What an original genius, that Vince Russo. Yeah, beats up Tommy Dreamer, he licks him, and bleh. Yeah, TNA was weird. Again, they probably should have made the Guns beer money match last longer. But whatever. So yeah, that was iMPACT. Half-packed. Whatever. Bye.